Cairo is, it's young, you know, there's a lot of young people. It's a bit like my country, Iran, you know. 70% of the population in Egypt is under the age of 30 also.
Cairo is really, really my favorite city. And Cairo's been always my favorite city because you can never expect anything in Cairo. Hello, Ravi.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
How's your trip?
It's good.
You
Very
like
good.
it?
Surreal.
Okay. How's everything?
Good. How about you? Everything's good?
Yeah, everything's fine. Let's go inside.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I didn't know you act also.
I know. I mean, imagine. I didn't expect that.
This is Ahmed, my editor.
Hello.
Rafi.
Nice to meet you.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you.
Do you want?
Is this the film you're editing that
Yep.
you want to show in Cannes?
Yep, exactly. Actually, it's a no-budget, almost a no-budget film.
Right.
You know, 10 directors, and then everybody shot like in a day or two, 10-minute, I mean, from 10 to 14-minute films. And it was like very spontaneous. Some of us managed actually to shoot in Tahrir itself and make the stories happen in Tahrir. Some didn't. Some happened outside the square.
Right.
And then suddenly we've got 10 films that look really big, you know, but the real intention was to put them on YouTube.
What's the name of the film?
18 Days.
18 Days.
And these are the 18 days of the revolution.
Right, of course. Yeah.
So
That's really exciting. You know?
It is actually.
You know, it's lucky you had a revolution. You know?
Yeah, it was very unexpected.
And how do you feel about things now? Do you think it's...
Every day there's something that, or there's a kind of force that tries to bring us backwards, to pull us backwards. But there's something in the Egyptian people that has moved, that has changed, that does not accept to go backwards. This is the interrogation with the police section.
Okay.
And they just, the idea is that they just don't get it, that it's been only Facebook and Twitter, and these guys are regular Egyptians that went on a revolution. The guy is insisting that someone, a foreigner or a foreign entity, paid them money to do this revolution. And it's actually, this was the state of mind of the regime when it happened. They wouldn't say, I mean, a bunch of kids on Facebook create a revolution.
I know. It's like, I remember when it was happening in Egypt, they were showing footage of people in Syria saying it will never happen over here. And now...
And when it happened in Tunisia, Mubarak came out and said it would never happen here.
Yeah.
ممكن افهم الهلالي
The idea is that he's lying to him, but you know
he's telling the truth and the other one doesn't.
The television tells you what's happening, and he's trying to convince him that the revolution failed.
Okay.
You know, so it's the... I didn't know you acted.
You know, it wasn't out of choice.
Really, huh?
It was because of the board of censorship. It's a long story.
سارا پرتوی علوی اسم خانومشونه، اسم دخترشون هم صباح علوی. خیلی ممنون.
And how was it like directing yourself? Huh?
Very tough. Very tough.
Because you were in like almost all the film, you know.
I know. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
No, it's very, very hard because I mean, what can you do, you know? You can't really act because you have nobody watching you.
Okay.
So you have to go to a very dark place. I needed to find a reason why this guy why he explodes, you know, and does something so outrageous. So I wanted somebody who's very silent and as though he's dead already, you know.
The scene was amazing. I loved the silence afterwards.
That's-
you know,
yeah,
when
that's
it was like so shocking. I like scenes that shock me.
Right.
You know, I really love it. I really love watching films that have scenes that are really shocking, that make me like stare. And this scene was one of those scenes, you know.
And that scene's a miracle because we didn't have permission to shoot. We didn't have police collaboration on the film.
And then?
You know, and so it was like Iran qualifying for the World Cup, you know. It was a big moment.
Yeah, but they let you, but there was a police car in the scene.
No, we made the police car. Now, see? These are the production cars. And we just kept shooting with these production cars as it would go through. You see? So about here, this is where my assistants block the traffic. And the other cars slow down behind the production cars. See, these guys don't care on the other side. These are all production cars. They go by,
The rest are real ones?
no more traffic.
You stopped the traffic, huh?
Yeah, there's two assistants standing there and there's a big traffic. But what I found interesting was all the other cars just go about their regular life. And that tells you a lot about my country, about the tension, you know? I mean, a big shame for me is that we had the opportunity to make this film at a time where we thought our country was about to change. So it's a very young crew, and everybody is very excited because something is about to happen. And even when we shot the police on the highway, we were thinking we'll be the first film in Iran to show a scene like this, you know. It was because it's a certain type of cinema, you know, it's neorealism, so it was this big idea. So excited people. And then when the results of the elections happened in June 2009, it was as though they confiscated everything.
Everybody is asking, or I mean, it's a question since this revolution succeeded and Mubarak went away. Are we going to be Iran or is Iran going to be Egypt? We've got the parliamentary elections after maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
And
in
the only,
September, right?
Yes, and the only organized movement are the Islamic movements. People are scared that if you've got a 50% Islamic parliament or 60% Islamic parliament, they are going to write down the new constitution.
Right.
And we all believe that our constitution is our line of defense. Right. So we need a parliament that represents all Egyptian people. But we've got all those liberal parties and those social parties, they are baby parties yet. They're small parties, they're infant.
Right.
You know, they don't have much time to grow and to reach the rest of Egypt. And actually this is the big debate now.
If you accept the idea of a democracy, will you accept it if an Islamic movement comes into power?
Yes, and because there are very successful models of this.
Right.
Okay. You know, because I mean, you can take the Turkish model. You know,
Right.
it is very, very, very successful.
Right.
You can,
Also, our Green movement wasn't, you know, they were also religious. So.
I mean, this country is a very religious country. And I don't mean religious, that Islamic religious. You know, even Egyptian Christians are very religious. It's been always a religious country, and it has this Islamic identity, you know, cultural identity, I would say. You know, you've got the 1,000 minarets, all the mosques, all the things. I mean, the word religious does not scare us.
Okay.
ازيك يا محمود؟
But it's nice. I mean, even though I've been here for a short time, you can feel this energy that you guys have got going on for you.
Cairo is a brilliant city. It's amazing. It's awake 24, but now we have a curfew, but it's awake 24 hours a day. It's beautiful.
Now, when I saw your film, I saw the Yacobian building. I was really impressed that you could do what you did in that film. You talk about a lot of subjects that we could never talk about in Iran.
At the time we did that film, the novel was a big success.
Right.
And making the film was something also like, you know, everybody knew that we were making the film. And this is something that a lot of people used to do to push the ex-regime.
تخاف من ربنا ليه؟ أنت بتعمل حاجة غلط؟
أنت إيه؟ أنا ما بعملش غير الغلط. خمرة ليل ونهار والنجاسة معاك، حتى الصلاة هملتها. يا بيه أنا سمعت الشيخ في الجامع بيحكي عن عذاب ربنا لقوم لوط. إحنا بنهز عرش السماوات والأرض. زلزال يعني يا بيه.
أنت صعيدي ومخك على قدك. أنت فاكر إن أنا وأنت بس كده؟ لا إحنا كتير قوي. هنا في أوروبا وفي أمريكا وفي الخليج في الدنيا كلها. زلزال. فيها إيه لما واحد يحب واحد تاني؟ فيها إيه؟
There's something that you can use as an artist because it's by law.
Right.
They can tell you that you have to take away that scene,
Right.
but you have to approve that you take away that scene.
It's the same for us.
Yeah, so if you don't approve it, yeah, you don't show the film. And this becomes the real battle. Why aren't you showing the film? Because you want me to cut a scene.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
In Iran also, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the same.
And this is the statue of Saad Zaghloul, a very famous Egyptian leader that led the 1919 revolution.
Okay.
And it was, you know, during the revolution, the big tanks used to block the bridge from over there.
Over here?
Yeah.
And the demonstrators came from over here?
From over here till Tahrir, to where we're going.
Wow. It's incredible though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wake up.
You think, wow.
What? Did it happen? Believe me.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, even the, maybe sometimes you see, when as a filmmaker, you see things differently. The sky was so beautiful during those 18 days. You know, it was one of the best winters that came to Egypt. Yeah.
And were you demonstrating or were you shooting at the time?
No, I went to I mean, after the killings, we used to go to Tahrir, like, I mean, every day or every day or two, you know, to demonstrate over there.
Right.
Because every week or every couple of days, twice a week, we had this, when a million had to go down to the streets.
Okay.
You know, to ask for more things and to prove that the revolution is still going and growing and all these things. So every